but no doubt there's going to be plenty of eyes watching him tonight.
This is a Champagne Heat, Cat, and I think, Gretchen, this is the best race of the night. It's going to be entertaining from a market point of view. Where's the wind blowing?
Yeah, the money's been going to Hector Foley, especially late, and we did mention that he has been beginning a lot better of late, but I think even back in December for the Phoenix, he led up the Phoenix field in that run to the first turn and surprised a lot of people. But Hector Foley, all the money, $3.20 in the $2.80 at the moment. Launch codes on the drift, same as Yachi Bale, $3 out to $3.70 for Yachi Bale. A little bit of money there for funny old fellow late. You know, he's $6.50 into $5.50. He probably looks the likely leader in the race and is going to be in it for a very long way. But now we're looking at Hector Foley and he just keeps firming. All the money keeps coming for him. He's a class runner. He finishes off well, but all eyes on 3 and 6 here. They'll be finishing off like a steam train.
That they will. Yachi Bale, Hector Foley, and throw in Ethanol Volume from the blue, who will be hitting the line awfully hard. So pace from 1 and 2. We'll see where these stronger ones get. Personally, I think Hector Foley's beginning the best he has in his career, and possibly in a vein of form now where he'd be disappointed if he settled worse in midfield. If he settles where he did last week, good luck to him. Heat 4, final one of the Harrison-Dawson. Here's Dan.
22 over this trip, $7.50 for Funny Old Fellow. He won the GOTBA Cup last week. Great heat, the last heat. Favourite in the green, Hector Foley, set to go. Racing, Hector Foley jumped well, trying to push forward Ethanol Volume. Getting the run was Launch Code, and Launch Code leads the way. Stormy Day got across. Following them over was Super Shanks. Right behind them was Funny Old Fellow. Off the track was Ethanol Volume. Yachi Bale the rail. Hector Foley second last. Awesome Avenger at the rear. Leader was Launch Code. Goes okay. Super Shanks and Stormy Day running on now was Ethanol Volume. Next in the field was Funny Old Fellow, but Launch Code into the final. Second photo. Ethanol Volume, Stormy Day. There's nothing in it. Super Shanks, I think, fourth, just ahead of Funny Old Fellow. Hector Foley couldn't get into it. Neither could Yachi Bale. And the last one across the line was Awesome Avenger. Launch Code leads all the way, 29.32.
Launch Code 2 good there in the last heat of the Harrison-Dawson, and Jamie Ennis. There was a lot of hype surrounding Yachi Bale and Hector Foley, but I think everyone forgot about your bloke and what he can do out in front.
It's just box draws in big races. Obviously, he's had no luck at draws for 6 months, this dog, and he drew the red in the midweek and he got a bit of confidence last week at the Meadows, and back to his favourite track tonight. And the other two dogs, they just had no luck, and he just made his own luck and ran good splits, and it was a good win.
What were your thoughts heading into the race? Did you give him a good chance off the red?
Oh, obviously, you know, you can never be too confident with Yachi and Hector Foley in the race. They're both outstanding greyhounds, and but he did have the draw and he had the right dogs around him. He had 2, 3 and 4 all using the track early, so everything went his way, and it was a good win.
I think people forget that he is a high-class dog of his own right. He's already a Group 1 winner, and now he makes a Harrison-Dawson final as well, so he's been a very consistent dog for you guys. Yeah, he has. He's been outstanding. You know, what he does lack in high ability, he's got all heart, and like I said, he hasn't drawn well all his career, but he is a Group 1 winner, and, you know, Group 1 Australian Cup placed as well. You know, he's been very good. Best of luck to you and Brooke in the final next week. Thank you. That was Jamie Ennis, boys, and Launch Code just showed what that brilliant early pace, what it can do when you're out in front. They have to make their own luck coming from behind.
Good draw was keen, and he was always going to go forward. But I don't think, Richie, we expect him to go 29.3. That is winding back the clock for Launch Code.
Yeah, most definitely. I thought it was out of him and the tutor who was going to lead. He managed leading. I thought once he's in front, he's got to carve out okay time. I didn't expect that 29.3, and we watched the replay now. You can see Yachi Bale never got into it. He was on the fence, and that's not where he wants to be. He was trying to get off it all the way down the back straight and couldn't. Look at him just trying to get out, trying to barge greyhounds out of the way. And Hector Foley was trying to come down, and Yachi Bale was trying to get off the track, and they just mixed each other up. And I'll tell you what, the run or the race was probably the greyhound you mentioned earlier was that Ethanol Volume. Geez, didn't it finish off?
He can hit the line awfully hard, and one thing that rings alarm bells when you go through a greyhound's form, Gritchy, and certainly one of the first things I look at is position in running. Yep. You go through his and his past 8 starts. So this is the first recorded position of the race. 6th, 8th, 6th, 8th, 7th, 7th, 8th, 8th. And he's finished well in all of them, not beaten, well, one of them by 9 lengths, but most of them not too far behind. So he hits the line well. Unfortunately, not through to the final. That'll be Stormy Day, who we mentioned is the little brother to Morton. And, geez, he caps off what's been an amazing night for Team Sharp.
And there was a bit of money for it early on, as we mentioned, $21 into $14. Bit of the early money there saluting for those who backed Stormy Day. They were probably expecting it to be up front and on the pace and make its own luck, which is exactly what it did. It jumped into second and staved on well. Got beat 2 lengths in 29.32, so that's a very good run there by Stormy Day. Yeah, the punters got that early money, but all the late money there for Hector Foley, Archie Bale, nowhere to be seen. And you know, launch code, he was 340 around that equal favourite mark and got out around about that 440, 460 late, so no money for him at all. And he defies that betting drift and gets the cash.
He does, and that completes the field for the Group 1 Harrison-Dawson. So we knew these heats were deep. We knew we were going to get a strong final. This is the way it looks. So a Fire and Smooth Plane, who progressed from Heat 1. Heat 2, Morton and Follow the Bands. Heat 3, here comes Artie and Flying Zulu. And then in the race just ran Launch Code and Stormy Day. So a pretty good combination of speed there. And most importantly, Gretchen, in all big races, the box draw is going to be all important.
It's going to be huge for this race, and just going off that, you probably expect a Fire and Morton to be, you know, close to favouritism there, fighting it out, especially after a Fire's come back in exceptional form, and the run tonight was unbelievable. Morton's is a Group 1 performer. He gets to this big stage quite often, and you know he's got a high profile too, so he'll be up there in the market. I see those two sort of fighting out favouritism, you know, but it is box draw dependent. But pre-box draw, I'd say those two would be on top in that draw. And with the Sapphire Crown, you got Aunt Virginia's probably going to be on top, something like your Magic Muffin there as well.
Indeed, they're going to be two great races, and as we said, the box draw is going to be all important. So that will be conducted here on track upstairs after race 10. We will be bringing that to you live wherever you may be tuning in on Sky Racing Active or on the Watchdog app. So certainly stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I've got race 10 to get out of the way, and that is a entree for next Thursday night. So not only do we have the finals of the Harrison-Dawson and the Sapphire Crown, but also heats of the Sandown Cup. And there's one greyhound who's got X Factor written all over him in that field. Gretchy, well, name's Unreal Speed.
Yeah, I was just about to say, and sorry to cut you off there, Patch, but Unreal Speed and Exploded were both put into the Sandown Cup